Hello friends, welcome to Balkishar Premier Academy, one of the most pioneer institute for GATE, IES and PSU examination. In this video, we are going to discuss about the energy band model of semiconductors. So further, in this case, we have already discussed about that this energy band model, that means this energy band model is nothing but it is a quantitative model. Quantitative model. So in this quantitative model, we will get the detailed picture of the phenomena that will take place inside the semiconductor. Moreover, we can get some equations related to the phenomena. So this energy band model is called a quantitative model. पहले जो एनर्जी बॉन्ड मॉडल के बारे में हम लोग बात किए थे वो था क्वालिटेटिव मॉडलिंग, वहां पे हमने रफ पिक्चर निकाले थे। अब यहाँ पे हम लोग डिटेल पिक्चर के बारे में बात करेंगे इनसाइड द सेमीकंडक्टर्स। नाउ लेट अस सी what does this energy band means. This energy band, so this energy band means that it is a collection of different energy states, different energy states, only energy states, not energy level. Energy level is different from the energy states, we have already discussed that. So energy band means it is a collection of different energy states. Now what from this energy band model, what we came to know that from this model we will get to know that how the electrons and the holes will be distributed over the energy, over the range of energies, over the range of energy at any given टेम्परेचर। कोई भी टेम्परेचर पे सेमीकंडक्टर्स के अंदर जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स और होल्स होंगे, दैट इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एंड होल्स कैसे डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड हैं with respect to the energy, that information can be found from the energy band model. So in the energy band model, there are some statements related to this energy band model. So let us see the statements first. So let us discuss about the basic statements related to the energy band model. So the basic statements. Sometimes these statements are also called the basic facts. Sometimes they are also called tenets. So let us discuss the basic statement and basic facts and tenets related to the energy band model. So the first statement is related to the allowed energy states. So the first statement gives the information related to the allowed energy states. So what is the statement? So there are different statement, बहुत सारे statement है. So the पहला statement है जो allowed energy levels के बारे में, वो क्या बोलता है? So the first statement है कि only certain energy states are allowed फॉर इलेक्ट्रॉन्स। इलेक्ट्रॉन्स के लिए कुछ सर्टेन एनर्जी स्टेट्स हैं। ऐसा नहीं कि इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कोई भी एनर्जी स्टेट्स पे जाके बैठ सकता है, उसके लिए कुछ सर्टेन एनर्जी स्टेट है, वो सर्टेन एनर्जी स्टेट पे ही जाएगा। The second statement related to the allowed energy state is that कि electrons always occupy the lowest energy states available। इसका मतलब है कि अगर हमारे पास कोई एक इलेक्ट्रॉन है, सपोज देयर इज एन इलेक्ट्रॉन, एंड इफ there are two energy states available for this electron E1 and E2, but E1 and E2 related by this relation, that is E1 is greater than E2। तो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स क्या करेंगे, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जो है ये दोनों ही एनर्जी स्टेट्स में जा सकता है, दोनों ही अवेलेबल है, बट since the E1 energy is greater than the E2, so electron will occupy the lower energy state always. So that's why it is written electrons always occupy the lowest energy states available. So the third statement related to the allowed energy state is that no two electrons can occupy the same energy states। कोई एक एनर्जी स्टेट्स को दो इलेक्ट्रॉन नहीं ऑक्युपाई कर सकते हैं। कैसा? इसका मतलब होता है कि इसी को हम लोग कुछ अलग फॉर्म में भी लिख सकते हैं कि फॉर्म क्या है? फॉर्म है कि नो टू इलेक्ट्रॉन्स in an atom can have the same set of four quantum numbers। And this statement is known as the Pauli's exclusion principle। This is known as Pauli's exclusion principle। So Pauli's exclusion principle क्या बोल रहा है कि no two electrons can occupy the same energy states। मतलब कोई एक एनर्जी स्टेट्स में दो इलेक्ट्रॉन ऑक्युपाई नहीं कर सकते। इसको कुछ अलग फॉर्म में भी बोला जा सकता है कि no two electrons in an atom can have a same set of four quantum numbers। We know that every electron inside an atom is identified by four quantum numbers। So let us see, we have already discussed about the quantum numbers in the atomic structure। So the every electron, कोई भी अगर इलेक्ट्रॉन है, so इस इलेक्ट्रॉन को हम लोग चार क्वांटम नंबर से डिफाइन कर सकते हैं। हमने देखा था in the atomic structure model in a separate lecture। So क्या क्या थे? the पहला जो क्वांटम नंबर था उसका नाम था प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर। प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर, principal quantum number, and it is denoted by small n। सिमिलरली सेकेंड जो क्वांटम नंबर थे वो था एजीमुथल क्वांटम नंबर. थर्ड वन इज magnetic quantum number. The last one is spin quantum number. Now ये जो प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर है, ये प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर को हम लोग स्मॉल n से डिनोट किए थे. ये जो एजीमुथल क्वांटम नंबर है इसको हम लोग स्मॉल l से डिनोट किए थे. जो मैग्नेटिक क्वांटम नंबर है इसको हम लोग ml से डिनोट किया था, और जो स्पिन क्वांटम नंबर है उसको हम लोग ms बोल के डिनोट किए थे. तो ये जो प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर था, प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर क्या था? सपोज दिस इज एन सिलिकॉन, ये एक सिलिकॉन एटम का एटॉमिक और ये स्ट्रक्चर है. सो ये सिलिकॉन एटम का एटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर है. सो इन दिस केस यू कैन सी दैट these are the energy levels. So these are the energy levels. So this is the first energy level, this is the second energy level, this is the third energy level. So for this case we can say, we know that these energy levels are denoting the value of n. So for the first energy level we can say here it is n equals to 1. For the second energy level we can say here n equals to 2. So for this case we can say that it is n equals to 2, and for this energy level it is n equals to 3. Now this energy level number is nothing but the principal quantum number. We have already seen that. So principal quantum number is nothing but the energy level number. It can have 1, 2, 3 dot dot values. Now this energy level or the shell, this is also called shell. We have already discussed that this is also called shell, either energy level or cell. Now every cell will have some subcells. तो सभी सेल के अंदर कुछ सबसेल्स होते हैं. तो सभी सेल्स के अंदर कुछ सबसेल्स होते हैं. And we know that there are 4 types of subcells available for a material, that is S subcell, P subcell, D subcell and F subcell. ये चारों ही सबसेल होते हैं. तो ये जो SPDF subcells है, so these SPDF subcells, these subcells denote the value of the azimuthal quantum number L. L का वैल्यू हम लोग ये सबसेल से मिलता है. For A subcell the L value is 0. For the P subcell the L value is 1. For the D subcell the L value is 2. For the F subcell the L value is 3. Now let us see the L values. So in the N subcell, now let us see different values. So for that case we know that for n equals to 1, so when the principal quantum number is 1, that is we are at the first energy level. So in the N subcell we will have, in the n equals to 1 cell, this is the cell number, let us denote, this is the cell number. So n equals to 1 cell पे सबसेल्स कितने रहते हैं? सबसेल, so subcell will be only one, that is 1s. Similarly n equals to 2 पे how many subcells will be available? There will be 2 subcell, 2s and 2p. So we'll have 2s and 2p. Similarly n equals to 3 cell पे or n equals to 3 energy level पे we will have 3s, 3p and 3d, and n equals to 4 energy level पे we will have 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f. Now these are the subcell. So सबसेल नंबर के हिसाब से हम लोग लिख सकते हैं the value of L, we know that the value of the L, that is the azimuthal quantum number, vary from 0 to n minus 1, that is principal quantum number minus 1. This will be the value of the azimuthal quantum number. Now what will be the magnetic quantum number? In the magnetic quantum number, we know that every subcell will have different types of surface orientation. Every subcell will have different types of surface boundary surface plots. So we can say here, we can say that every subcell will have different types of surface boundary plot, surface boundary plots. जैसे मान लीजिए कि S subcells की अगर बात करते हैं, S subcells, that S subcells will be spherical, will have spherical surface boundary plot. Similarly, the P subcell will have dumbbell like surface plot. D subcell will have double dumbbell like plot, double dumbbell, and F subcell will have some very much complicated plot. I am not naming that, so it is a complicated plot. So these are the different surface boundary plots related to the subcells. Now this surface boundary plot can have different types of orientation, different types of orientation, and these different types of orientation will produce the orbital values. So these are known as orbitals, and these orbital values will give the value of ml. यहाँ से हम लोग ml का वैल्यू निकाल सकते हैं, that is the magnetic quantum number. Such as for the p subcell, such as for the, let us take the first spherical subcell. So if we take a spherical subcell, spherical plot एक ही orientation हो सकता है. So if I draw the three direction like this, x, y and z, the spherical surface plot will look like this. It can have only one orientation. So for the S subcell, the ml value will have only one value, that is 0. But for the dumbbell shape surface boundary plot for the P subcell, we can have 3 values. So if I draw the P subcell different orientation, it will look like this. Let us draw that. So for that case, let us draw the 3 axes in this way. Similarly, let us draw the axis in the negative directions also. Similarly, let us draw one axis here also. So it will have axis like this. I am drawing 3 different coordinates. यहाँ पे भी एक coordinates आएंगे. So now if we want to draw the P subcell boundary surface plot at different orientation, let us denote it X, Y and Z. So one orientation for a dumbbell shaped boundary plot will look like this. It will look like ये dumbbell shape ऐसे हो सकता है in the X direction, or it can be in the Y direction also. So ये भी dumbbell shape होंगे ऐसा. Similarly आपका Z direction में भी ये हो सकता है. So Z direction में भी हो सकता है आपका dumbbell shape. So these are the 3 orientation that is possible for the P subcell boundary surface plot. That's why for the P subcell के लिए हमारे पास ml का तीनों ही वैल्यू होता है. एक होता है 0, another one is -1, another one is +1. Similarly, if we go for the D subcell double dumbbell boundary surface plot, there can be 5 orientations. This is the one orientation. Second orientation double dumbbell shape है. देखिए ये एक dumbbell है, another dumbbell यहाँ पे. That's why it is called double dumbbell shape. यहाँ पे एक dumbbell हो सकता है, यहाँ पे और एक dumbbell हो सकता है. This is one dumbbell, this is another one dumbbell, this is one dumbbell, this is another one dumbbell. तो यहाँ पे एक dumbbell है और एक dumbbell ऐसे move कर रहा है, ये भी हो सकता है. So these are the different 5 plots. So D subcell के लिए ml का वैल्यू डिफरेंट 5 टाइप्स हो सकता है. क्या क्या हो सकता है? -2, -1, 0, +1, -2, +2. So these are the possible ml value related to the D subcell. D subcell के लिए ये हो सकता है. Now ये था ml का वैल्यू. और ms जो होता है स्पिन quantum number ms can have only 2 values. The first one is the +12 and the second one is the -12. +12 कब होता है कि अगर कोई इलेक्ट्रॉन क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में रोटेट करते हैं, क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में रोटेट करते हैं, तब उसका स्पिन क्वांटम नंबर होगा +12. If the electron rotate in a counterclockwise direction, तभी उसका स्पिन क्वांटम नंबर आएगा -12. So out of this we can say that every electron, अगर कोई इलेक्ट्रॉन हमारे पास है, so कोई भी इलेक्ट्रॉन को हम लोग आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं चारों नंबर से. The first number is principal quantum number. The second number is the azimuthal quantum number. The third number is the magnetic quantum number, and the last number is ms, that is the spin quantum number. So according to the Pauli's exclusion principle, कोई एक एटम के अंदर no 2 electrons will have same value of these 4 quantum numbers. मतलब हम लोगों के पास कोई भी एटम के अंदर, सपोज in any atom ऐसा कोई 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन नहीं मिलेगा जिसका nl ml and ms वैल्यू चारों ही सेम है. इसी को बोलते हैं पाउलीज एक्सक्लूशन प्रिंसिपल. नाउ let us discuss ये था. So that means in any atom no two electrons will have same quantum numbers. सेम क्वांटम नंबर्स नहीं हो सकते हैं, सेम क्वांटम नंबर्स. So this was about the first statement or the first basic facts about the energy band model, which tells us about the allowed energy states. So let us discuss about the second basic statement. So the second basic statement जो है उसको बोलते हैं डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन of allowed energy states over energy. तो पहले वाले जो स्टेटमेंट थे, पहले वाले स्टेटमेंट से हमने देखा था कि अलाउड एनर्जी स्टेट्स के बारे में बोले थे. अब हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे कि ये जो अलाउड एनर्जी स्टेट्स हैं ये एनर्जी के रेस्पेक्ट में कैसे डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड होंगे. All the energy states which are available for the electrons to occupy are not necessarily distributed uniformly over the energy. Uniform distribution तो नहीं होगा, मगर कैसे होंगे? That means we can write that all the allowed energy states are not distributed uniformly over the energy scale. This is about the distribution of allowed energy states. और ये जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन फंक्शन होते हैं जो अलाउड एनर्जी स्टेट के बारे में बोलते हैं over the energy scale, that is denoted by n, capital N, function of V. So this is the distribution function of the allowed energy states. We will later know what this distribution look like, but it is not distributed uniformly. Uniformly तो नहीं होगा. अगर यूनिफॉर्मली नहीं होंगे तो कैसा होगा? नॉन यूनिफॉर्म होंगे. नॉन यूनिफॉर्म में बहुत तरीके हो सकते हैं. So we will see in the later cases about this distribution. Now let us see the third basic statement. So in the third basic statement, what gives that what fraction of allowed energy states, what fraction of the allowed energy states are occupied by the electrons at any temperature capital T. So now we are concentrating on that कि जो allowed energy level है जो non uniformly distributed है over the energy scale, वो allowed energy state में on कितना fraction of the allowed energy state are occupied by the electrons at any given temperature capital T, and this is given by a function called f of ET, energy and temperature, and this is called the Fermi-Dirac distribution. So from the Fermi-Dirac distribution, we can say how much fraction of the allowed energy states will be occupied by the electrons at any given temperature T. We will see this in the later videos. For this video, we just name that f of Et will be the function that will say about the fraction of the energy states or the allowed energy states that will be occupied by the electrons at any given temperature T. Now, for the first statement of allowed energy state, so let us first find what are the allowed energy states. What are the allowed energy states inside a सिलिकॉन एटम? सिलिकॉन एटम के अंदर इलेक्ट्रॉन के लिए कौन सा अलाउड एनर्जी स्टेट्स होते हैं, पहले उसके बारे में डिस्कस करते हैं. So the first step of this, that we will start our analysis taking an isolated atom. So we will start the analysis. We will start the analysis taking an isolated atom. एक isolated atom लेके पहले start करेंगे. Isolated silicon atom. This will be the first step. So after taking an isolated atom, what we will do? We will find the available or allowed energy states for an isolated atom. तो एक आइसोलेटेड एटम के लिए कौन सा एनर्जी स्टेट अवेलेबल और अलाउड है, पहले उसको निकालेंगे. उसके बाद हम लोग we will put together many isolated atoms like in the crystal. क्रिस्टल के अंदर जो होता है, and find the total available energy state. And in this way we can find the total available energy states inside the crystal. So this is the algorithm that we will follow for finding the total allowed energy states inside a silicon crystal. And we know that सिलिकॉन के अंदर जो एटॉमिक कॉन्सेंट्रेशन होता है, एटॉमिक कॉन्सेंट्रेशन will be, we know that 5 into 10 to the power 22 atoms per unit volume centimeter cube. This is amount of the concentration of silicon atom inside the silicon material. So let us find what will be the allowed energy state using this algorithm. So उसके लिए हमने पहले, let us take the atomic number of the silicon. We know that the atomic number, very important discussions we are going to do. The atomic number of silicon. We know the atomic number of silicon is 14. That means we will have total number of electrons inside the silicon will be 14. So the electronic distribution of these atoms, of these electrons will be, So the electronic distribution क्या होगा? So the electronic distribution will be like this. The electronic distribution will look like this. That is, in the first energy level, in the S subcell, there will be 2, 1s2. Next we'll have 2s2. Then we'll have 2p6. Then we'll have 3s2, and then we will have 3p. So this will be the electronic distribution, and this 1s atom, this 1s orbital will be closest to the nucleus. This will be the closest to nucleus, and this 3p will be the furthest from the nucleus. We know that we have seen this in the atomic structure lectures. Now let us draw the orbitals. So the first orbital that we will have will be the first orbital. So the first orbital will be 1s orbital. In this 1s orbital, we will have two energy states. Let us draw the energy states. So this is the first energy state, this is the second energy state. Now in the next orbital, that is in the 2s, we'll have 2s, then we'll have 2p, then we'll have 3s, and next we will have 3p. These are the orbitals. The energy states in the 2s will be 2, and there will be 2 in the 2p orbitals, there will be 6 available state, 6, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Similarly in the 3s we will have 2 energy states available, and in the 3p we will have 6 energy states available. This is the energy levels and the energy states. Now if we put the electrons, so in the 1s orbital we can see 2 electrons are there, so the 2 energy states are occupied. So in the 2s we have 2 electrons and we have 2 energy states available, so these 2 energy states ये occupy होंगे. In similarly in the 2p there are 6 available energy states and we have 6 electrons, so all of them will be occupied. Cross means occupied energy states. In the 3s also it is occupied, but in the 3p only 2 energy states are occupied and 4 are vacant. So this is the vacant energy state. This is the vacant energy state, and that's why the valency of the silicon, valency of silicon atom is equals to 4, because it can accept 4 more electrons in the outermost shell. Now the atomic separation, now अब क्या करना है? This is for the separate isolated atom. So let us draw it again. So suppose if I draw it again, suppose I am plotting in this direction. Suppose there is a one atom here, another one atom is here, This is the atom 1 and atom 2. Now this is fixed. This atom is fixed and we are moving this atom in this direction. तो जितना मूव करेंगे इस डायरेक्शन पे तो the distance between the two atoms will decrease. तो जितना डिस्टेंस कम होता जाएगा तो ये जो एटम्स के अंदर जो ऑर्बिटल्स होंगे दैट ऑर्बिटल्स विल बिगिन टू इंटरैक्ट. तो इसका भी तो ऑर्बिटल होंगे. 2s 1s ऑर्बिटल, 2s ऑर्बिटल, 2p ऑर्बिटल, 3s ऑर्बिटल, 3p ऑर्बिटल, इस तरीके का होगा. सिमिलरली इसका भी होंगे. सो द ऑर्बिटल विल स्टार्ट टू इंटरैक्ट. ऑर्बिटल क्या क्या होंगे? ऑर्बिटल होगा आपके पास पहला वाला जो ऑर्बिटल होंगे that orbital nearest to the nucleus will be the 1s orbital. So we will have the 1s orbital. So this is the 1s orbital. In this 1s orbital we know there are two energy states. So this is the two energy states and both of them are occupied by the electrons. We have seen that. After that we will have 2s orbital. So in the 2s orbital we know there are two available energy states. In these two available energy states we have two electrons. Similarly for the 2p orbital, so this is the 2p orbital. So in this 2p orbital we know there will be 6 available state. So these are the 6 available state and all these 6 available state will be occupied by the electrons. Now we will have the 3s energy state. So यहाँ पे मेरा 3s energy, यहाँ पे 3s orbital आएगा. So 3s orbital और यहाँ पे आएंगे 3p orbital. So in the 3s orbital we know that there will be two available state and both of them will be occupied by the electrons. Similarly for the 3p there will be 6 energy states in this fashion. Out of this only 2 of them will be occupied. So for a single atom, it is a silicon atom and it is a single atom. We can see for a single atom there are 2s, there are 2 states in the 3s orbital. So we can write for a single atom there are in the 3s orbital we will have 2 energy states and 2 electrons have been occupied these states. Similarly in the 3p orbital we can see that we are having 6 states. Out of these 6 states 2 electrons have been occupied. Now vacant state कितना है? 4 vacant state है. ये एक silicon atom के लिए. Now when we move this silicon atom nearer to the fixed silicon atom, then at first instant the 3p and the 3s orbital will start interacting. So this 3p and this 3s will start interacting. When they start interacting, then it has also 2 electrons here and it has also 2 electrons here. So when the 3s and 3p will start interacting with this atom 3s and 3p, so in one it will become a one energy, it will become an one orbital, and in this orbital we can say that we are having in the 3p orbital we can have 2 electron for the moving silicon and 2 electron for the fixed silicon. Similarly in the 3s we will have 2 electron from the fixed silicon atom and 2 electrons for the moving silicon atom. And we know that from the Pauli's exclusion principle that not two similar electron can take same energy states. That's why the energy states, this 3p orbital will now divide, will be splitted into. So it will be splitted like this. So it will be splitted like this. So as we move closer to the fixed silicon atom, the interaction between the 3s and the 3p orbital will be stronger and the splitting will be bigger and bigger. The splitting will be bigger and bigger like this. So for one silicon atom, we can see that we have 6s number of state in the 3p orbital, and two of them is occupied by the 2 electrons. In the 3s orbital, we can see 2 states are available and two of them, all of them are occupied by the 2 electrons. So now after this, when we move the silicon atom more closer, then the splitting of the energy states, splitting of the orbitals will look like this. Splitting of the orbitals will look like this. Now if we take n number of atoms, n number of silicon atoms, तो एक silicon atom के लिए मुझे मिला था 3p पे 6 number of energy states and 2 electrons and 2 energy states and 2 electrons in the 3s orbital. Similarly, for the n number of atoms, if we take n number of atoms, अगर n number of atoms लेंगे तो क्या होगा, यहाँ पे 6n number of states आएगा and 2n number of electrons आएंगे at the 3p orbital. Similarly, at the 3s orbital, we'll get 2n number of energy states and 2n number of electrons. So we can say that in this splitting we will have several values of orbitals. बहुत सारे splitting होंगे, ऐसा बहुत सारे splitting होंगे, बहुत सारे ऐसा splitting होंगे, because we have taken n number of atoms. So ये वाले splitting पे यहाँ पे कितने for n number of atoms कितने states आएगा, we will have 6n number of energy states and out of the 6n there will be 2n number of electrons. Similarly, here we will have 2n number of energy states and 2n number of electrons. Now after some distance, when the silicon atom will be this distance, then this 6n and the 2n state will merge with each other. So ये वाले region पे हम लोग देख रहे हैं, ये वाले region की अगर बात बोलते हैं, तो ये वाले region में there will be different energy states or different orbitals energy states. So these different energy states के बात अगर बोलेंगे तो we will have how many energy states? So we will have 8n number of energy states for n number of atoms and we will have total 4n number of electrons, 2n from the 3p and 2n from the 3s. After some distance, if we make the atom, silicon atom, far closer to this fixed atom, then the total 8n number of energy states will be equally divided. Means we will get 4n number of energy states in the above portion and 4n number of energy states in the lower portion. Now these 4n electrons, we'll see there was a statement in the energy band model that electrons will always try to occupy the lowest available energy states. तो अब इलेक्ट्रॉन क्या सोचेगा कि ऊपर में भी 4n नंबर ऑफ एनर्जी स्टेट्स है, नीचे भी 4n नंबर ऑफ एनर्जी स्टेट्स है, बट द लोअर एनर्जी स्टेट्स जो है इसका एनर्जी कम है, so these 4n electrons will come here, so the lower 4n electrons will be occupied by the 4n number of electrons, तो नीचे वाले में जो 4n नंबर ऑफ एनर्जी स्टेट्स हैं that will be occupied by these 4n electrons, और यहाँ पे रहेगा 0 number of electrons. So now at this point if we draw a line, मैं अगर एक लाइन ड्रॉ करता हूँ ये वाले पॉइंट पे, so we can see that this point of this line is cutting the energy states at these values. If I represent this point as line, so इस पॉइंट के corresponding जो लाइन को मैं अगर ड्रॉ करता हूँ, if I draw the lines, if I represent this point as line, so it will look like this. So यहाँ पे एक लाइन आएगा, यहाँ पे एक लाइन आएंगे, यहाँ पे और एक लाइन आएगा, यहाँ पे और एक लाइन आएंगे. तो ऊपर वाले यहाँ पे कितने एनर्जी लेवल्स हैं, एनर्जी स्टेट्स हैं? देयर आर डिफरेंट एनर्जी लेवल्स. वी कैन से इट इज हैविंग different energy levels, energy states, sorry, it will have different energy states like this. बहुत सारे energy states इसके अंदर होंगे. These are the energy states. How many energy states will be there? It will have 4n number of energy states. Electrons कितना होगा? There will be 0 number of electrons. Similarly, in the below band, इसी को बोलते हैं बैंड, कलेक्शन ऑफ एनर्जी स्टेट्स. तो यहाँ पे और एक एनर्जी बैंड प्रोड्यूस हुआ है which is having a multiple number of energy states. So there are different energy states, बहुत सारे एनर्जी स्टेट्स हैं. तो इसके अंदर कितने एनर्जी स्टेट्स होंगे? It will have 4n number of energy states and all of them 4n energy states will be occupied by 4n number of electrons. And this energy band, नीचे वाला जो एनर्जी बैंड है इसी को हम लोग बोलते हैं द वैलेंस बैंड, VB, और इसी को बोला जाता है कंडक्शन बैंड. एंड दिस गैप ऑफ एनर्जी, जहां पे कोई अलाउड एनर्जी स्टेट्स नहीं है, इसी को बोलते हैं EG और एनर्जी गैप. एनर्जी गैप के अंदर कोई भी allowed energy states नहीं है. And the lowest energy level for the conduction band is denoted by EC, and the highest energy level for the valence band is EV. So in this way we have got a simple diagram where the energy band has been created, and this is called the energy band diagram of the silicon or any semiconductor. और ये वाले लाइन जिस डिस्टेंस पे लिया जाता है, ये वाले डिस्टेंस, इसी को बोलते हैं इंटर एटॉमिक डिस्टेंस. दिस इज कॉल्ड द इंटर एटॉमिक डिस्टेंस, जो डिस्टेंस पे एटम्स सेमीकंडक्टर क्रिस्टल के अंदर रहता है. सो नाउ वी हैव सीन दैट वी हैव ultimately we have got two energy bands. The first energy band is the conduction band and the second energy band is the valence energy band. So this is the valence band, VB, and this is the conduction band. We have seen how it is produced, and inside the conduction band how many energy states are there. There are several energy states like this. There are several energy states like this. I am drawing just few of them. And the value of the energy states, or the number of the energy state, was foreign energy states. Out of these foreign energy states, no energy states are occupied by the electrons. That means zero number of electrons are there. Similarly, in the valence band, we will have several discrete energy states like this. These are very closely spaced energy states, and the total number of energy states is 4n number of energy state, and all of the foreign energy states are occupied by the foreign electrons, and this energy state is called as the EV, and this is EC, and this gap जहाँ पे कोई एनर्जी स्टेट अवेलेबल नहीं है इसी को बोलते हैं EG. EG is nothing but EC minus EV, that is the energy gap. एनर्जी गैप भी बोला जाता है इसको, इसका और एक नाम है, इसी को बोलते हैं बैंड गैप. So in this way the energy डायग्राम, एनर्जी बैंड डायग्राम इज प्रोड्यूस्ड, जो आपको बुक में दिखता है उसी को मैंने इस तरीके से एक्सप्लेन किया. सो नाउ आपको बुक में जो डायग्राम मिलेगा, दैट डायग्राम विल लुक लाइक दिस. दिस इज द डायग्राम दैट विल लुक लाइक. सो जो हमने ड्रॉ किया था उसी को मैंने देखा यहाँ पे. सो दिस इज द interatomic actual spacing, that is the interatomic distance. This is the interatomic distance. और y एक्सिस पे हमने क्या प्लॉट किया था, y एक्सिस पे हम लोगों ने प्लॉट किया था रिलेटिव स्पेसिंग ऑफ एटम्स. और यहाँ पे 3p ऑर्बिटल्स हैं, यहाँ पे 3s ऑर्बिटल है, दोनों स्प्लिट हो रहे थे जिसको मैंने डिस्कस किया था. यहाँ पे भी देखिए स्प्लिट हो रहा है. यहाँ पे बहुत सारे एनर्जी लेवल्स होंगे. सो 8n नंबर ऑफ एनर्जी लेवल्स होंगे और 4n नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होगा. और यहाँ पे मैंने लाइन ड्रॉ किया था और इसी के अकॉर्डिंग आपका कंडक्शन बैंड एंड वैलेंस बैंड प्रोड्यूस हुआ था. ये था पूरा आपका कंडक्शन बैंड और ये था आपका वैलेंस बैंड जो मैंने यहाँ पे डिस्कस किया हूँ. So this is how we can get the energy band diagram of an semiconductor. ये जो EG होता है, ये EG is not fixed. कोई भी मटेरियल के लिए तो EG fixed होता है, but this experimentally found that this EG value, that is the band gap energy value, is not fixed. It depends on the temperature. That means the energy band gap EG value depends on the temperature. कैसे डिपेंड करता है? Experimentally it has been seen that the EG value at 0 Kelvin and the EG value at 300 Kelvin, that is room temperature. If we talk about the germanium material, so germanium के लिए क्या होता है कि the EG value, that is the energy gap or the band gap value at T equals to 0 K, it is 0.785 electron volt, and at room temperature the band gap value is 0.72 electron volt. Similarly, अगर मैं सिलिकॉन के बात बोलता हूँ, द सिलिकॉन वैल्यू के लिए जो बैंड गैप एनर्जी है at 0 Kelvin it will be 1.21 electron volt, and at 300 K it will be 1.10 electron volt. So we can see that the EG value is changing with respect to the temperature for a given material. That means the EG, as we increasing the temperature, the EG value decreases. So we can say that the EG is proportional to 1 by temperature. टेम्परेचर के साथ एनर्जी गैप डिक्रीज होता है कोई सेमीकंडक्टर के लिए, and the relation that it follows, it is an empirical relation that Eg function of temperature T can be written as Eg 0 minus beta T into of electron volt. What is this Eg0? Eg0, ये जो Eg0 है, ये Eg0 क्या है? Eg0 is the value of the energy gap at T equals to 0 Kelvin. What is this beta? Beta value is nothing but the material constant. It is the material constant. It depends upon the materials. Materials के ऊपर डिपेंड करते हैं. इसका जो यूनिट होता है वो इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट पर डिग्री केल्विन. And this Eg is the band gap of the material at T equals to any temperature T Kelvin. So this is how the energy band model is produced inside the semiconductor, and we'll use this energy band model. ये वाला जो energy band model है, ये वाले energy band model को, energy band diagram को, इसी को बोलते हैं energy band diagram. Energy band diagram. And this energy band diagram will be used in the further lectures of semiconductor to explain their phenomena. This is a very important with respect to the energy band model. So this is how we can explain the energy band model, जहाँ से हमने एक important diagram conclude किया है, that is called the energy band diagram. And this energy band diagram will be very helpful to explain the semiconductor properties in the further lectures. In the end, do not forget to like and subscribe our channel to get more videos. Thank you.